Welcome to Yogaxpress, the mobile stretch clinic that takes yoga to the people. I have two wonderful guests with me today. To my left, Josiane, who has been with us in several episodes before and has very sportingly, despite her injured knee, she has come back over and over again for more. So welcome back, Josiane, and thank you for staying with us. My name is Banu Suresh, and I am your host for this program. We have another wonderful guest, Susan Finelli. Susan, please do not hide in the back. Come forward. Let them see you.
Okay.
Susan is a producer here at Manhattan Neighborhood Network, and I'm going to have Susan tell you a little bit about her program. Susan, you have 30 seconds, a minute.
A minute. Thank you, Banu, and thank you for inviting me to join the two of you today.
Lovely to have you.
My program is Behind the Shadows. And what we do is we talk about what goes on behind the shadows of what meets the eye. So just as an example, I once had an international runway model on my show, and instead of talking about the glamour of modeling, we spoke about the drugs, the sex, the dieting. Wow. So that's the type of show. I do specials once a month here at MNN. And it's a very eclectic mix of guests.
Interesting. So just like reading between the lines,
exactly.
You're actually showing them what's between the lines.
What's between the lines.
On air.
That's right. Yes.
That's wonderful. And what channel do you air?
Well, it depends because we're special. It could be on any of one or all of the channels.
Right.
And it airs 3 airings per episode.
Okay, wonderful.
And it's once a month.
Interesting topic.
Yes, very interesting.
It's amazing. I have to start watching your program regularly. Please keep me on your radar.
I'll put you on the mailing list when the show airs.
Yes.
Thank you. And spread the word.
I will. I sure will. I will let our viewers know now, today, is there a website that they can stay in touch with you on?
Yes. My email address is susan@behindtheshadows.com, and my website is www.behindtheshadows.com.
Well, that's easy to remember.
Thank you.
I'm sure our viewers would love to watch your show every now and then, and I'm sure you'll get some feedback as well. Josiane used to be, I don't know if you're aware, but you will notice today from the way she moves, she used to be a belly dancer, and she's into martial arts, Aikido, Taekwondo, all the doors. The doors need energy, right?
Boxing.
And boxing.
Boxing as well.
Yes.
So she tries to find balance.
And
in all
yoga
of
was
that.
almost intermediate for everything.
Yoga was, like the common denominator for all of
Right.
those activities. Wonderful to have you both on my show. And Josiane, we talked about, in fact, just before coming here today, you said you had warmed up a little bit. We're going to talk today about the importance of warming up before you actually get into any of these yoga postures. What we do at Yogaxpress is we just follow a very simple ailment-specific sequence called 48 plus. They're just 48 basic stretches. But basic as they are, you still need to let your body thaw just a little bit. You don't have to cook. We don't have to cook ourselves in a steam room, to feel well thawed. At least come back to room temperature, just like you bring food out of the freezer and you want to put it at room temperature for a while before you cook it. Now, this workshop, our program airs Monday through Friday at 1:30 p.m. on Time Warner 57, RCN 84, and FiOS 35. So feel free. We're open to everybody. Come stretch with us. You can also visit my website, www.yogaxpress.com. We're going to stand up first and just do a few warm-ups. We're going to start with what's called the neck roll. We'll start from the top of the body and go down all the way down, and then do a full body balance. So as far as the neck is concerned, you want to make sure you have enough flexibility in the neck. You should be able to turn all around without, any of your muscles catching. So move your neck from side to side in a gentle semicircular motion. So basically, your hands, your feet, heels are together, toes slightly apart, palms by your side. This is always a very relaxing standing posture. Now move your neck from side to side in a kind of a semicircle. So we're going Inhale. When you come down, exhale, then inhale to the left. Now let's do a full circle. Inhale to the left. Let's go all the way up. Exhale when you come down. Let's go the other way. Okay, we will do neck turns to the back when we move the upper body. So right now we're not going to turn just the neck. Maybe just look to the right and then to the left, just to be able to stretch the sides of our neck. That's the neck roll. And then we have our shoulder roll. You want to rotate your shoulders back and forward. So let's try the back rotation first. So lift both your shoulders up. Inhale. Take your shoulders all the way back. And exhale. Let's come back from behind now. Inhale. Lift your shoulders. Exhale as you bring your shoulders down. Now, the next one is the knee roll. Now, you'll wonder, folks at home, you will be wondering, how are we going to roll our knees? It's very simple. Keep your knees together. Bend your legs at the knees. Make sure your heels are still together, knees are closed. All we're going to do is just move in semicircular motion. So left to right. Keep breathing all the time, just a relaxed breathing. As long as you keep exhaling, you are still detoxing. So let's keep. Right, let's try one full circle to the left and one to the right. One to the right. Okay, inhale, let's come up. We have, the next one is a wrist roll. Now we want to make sure all our joints are nice and flexible. Place your thumb inside your fingers and place all your fingers over your thumb. And let's just move the wrist in, out. Make full circles with your wrist. This is very good, especially if we're sitting at a computer all day. This is good for you to just relax a little bit. Let's take it the other way around. You want to make sure that your wrists have full range of motion. Let's relax. And now we have what's called a thigh flex. All we're doing is we're going to cross one thigh over the other. And what we do, this is also part of a posture called Garudasana. Josiane remembers, you've been with us. What we're going to do is just transfer the weight to your left leg, raise your right heel. Use your hands. We have props. So use your hands and lift your thigh over the left leg and try to twine your right foot around your left calf. This is actually half of Garudasana, but right now we're just doing it to stretch the abductor muscles on the outside of our thighs. Inhale, release the leg, and now transfer the weight to the right leg and use your hands to move the left thigh over the right and bend a little bit. Bend your knee, right knee if you have to, just a little bit. Inhale and release. We're going to do a side stretch again. This side stretch is also one of our sequences. If you remember, Josiane, the Kati Chakra, the golf stretch. But this time we're not going to move our arms. All we're going to do is just keep our arms at our hips. And we're just going to keep our heels maybe just about 6 inches apart. Now, does that look like 6? Good. All we're going to do is just exhale as we turn to the right. Let's try and keep our hips where they are and feel the difference when we take our hips with us. Exhale, move the upper body to the right. Take your elbows back. Okay, good. Inhale, let's come forward. Exhale to the left. Inhale, come back. This time we're going to take our hips with us and notice how much deeper we can go into the stretch. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale to the right. You'll notice your right elbow goes much further. Inhale, come to the front. Exhale to the left. Inhale, come forward. We're trying to warm up every major muscle in the body. So we're just doing some basic warm-ups. We're going to do a bit of a back stretch. You want to keep your feet where we had them previously was good enough, about 6 inches apart. Place your palms on your buttocks. We're all going to turn in profile. Let's turn to our left so they can see how we've got our palms behind your buttocks, and take your elbows as far back as you can. We're not going to go into a very deep back bend. We're just going to go very slightly, but just make sure that you use the lower back muscles. So tighten your gluteals, your buttock muscles, and tighten your lower back muscles. Inhale, lift your chest up. Inhale. Keep your hands where they are, or if you're tempted, you can glide your hands down your back, but that is really part of a posture. So we're just going to keep our hands where they are. Inhale, let's come up. And release. We have one little forward stretch with our hands on our hips. Our knees are slightly apart and your feet are also slightly apart. We're going to inhale first. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale, fold from the hip. Keep your back nice and straight. Now, as we come forward, if you are tempted to release your arms, that's fine. You can bring your arms down, try to touch your toes. You will notice when you bring your arms down, there's a deeper stretch of your hamstrings. This particular posture is just to warm us up. The intention is not to touch your toes right now. So you can keep your arms where they are if you're not able to touch your toes. If you are, that's great. Very nice. Josiane and Susan, your Pilates is helping you today.
Yes, it is.
Inhale, let's come up. One final stretch, that's a whole body balance. I'm going to stagger myself. I'll go back just a little bit. We don't want to hit each other at home. If you have less space at home, make sure that people are out of the way. You don't want to hurt anyone. Also make sure you don't have a very low ceiling. If you have a running fan and you're going to stretch your arms out, you might find a few fingers missing.
You're in trouble.
You're in big trouble.
You're in big
That's
trouble.
right. So all we do is take both your palms, intertwine your fingers. Now extend your arm out, turn your palms outward, inhale, and lift your arms overhead. Now this time, very few yoga postures ask you to stand on your toes. That's because yoga believes in gravity, expects you to ground yourself. But this time, just to get a nice stretch in the calf muscle, we're going to stand on our toes. Keep inhaling. It's also gives us a good sense of balance. Exhale and release. Release the arms. Are your chakras starting to move yet? You're feeling all limber?
Still okay.
I know Susan's already warmed up, so I'm not too concerned. Josiane, how's your knee today? We ready to go?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So here's what we're going to do. For folks at home, we're going to start with some of the standing postures. What did we plan on today? We wanted to do transitions. No, we want to do ailment-specific stretches. So let's do this. We're going to do a different set of ailments. We're going to target a different set of ailments today. I'm not sure how many of our viewers, but I would like to ask Susan and Josiane, have you ever had a problem with depression? Have you ever felt depressed?
Like everybody else.
Like everyone else,
Like
right?
everyone else.
Right. And what do you do when you feel depressed? How do you counter that?
Eat chocolate.
Chocolate probably gives you a nice high, but without putting anything into your body except fresh oxygen, what you want to do is try a few stretches, and they don't have to be yoga stretches, but any stretch that helps you inhale a lot more air in, anything that helps you open up, literally opens your mind up as well. So you want to inhale. But it's just so we understand, just so our viewers understand, depression in itself is a clinical condition. It causes a kind of a breakdown in signals from the brain to the various parts of the body. So sometimes it can result in a mental state of despair. Some of the causes could be trauma, negative outlook, drugs, weakness, even bad diet. So even a bad diet can make you feel depressed. If you take lots of fruits and vegetables, you're always going to feel like you're on a healthful high, and without putting chocolates into your body. But yes, I mean, chocolates probably give you a rush of adrenaline.
Right.
And it's a real rush and a real drop immediately after. So that's how we get addicted, right?
Exactly.
You keep having
Keep having it.
So some of the symptoms of depression include irritability, disinterest, sleep and diet disorders, and the worst of all, low self-worth. Here at the studios today, we're all people with very high self-worth, including our control room crew over there. So Claudia and Danny, thank you so much. Now, nerve cells have neurons that transmit messages from the body via a chemical called neurotransmitters. When these neurotransmitters are very low in level, it's like a phone signal that doesn't quite get there. And there's no way for the brain to tell the body, be happy. So here's what we're going to do. With a little help from yoga, we are going to try and counter some of these some of these moods that cause depression. Now, let me use my little cheat sheet. Actually, yeah, we can use some of the body openers. Before I forget, for those of you who've been very good, you've been practicing, write to us. We'll send you a copy of Yoga Secrets. Yoga Secrets contains 8 ailment-specific cards. I'm sorry, I'm running out of camera view every time. 8 ailment-specific cards, and we're going to use these cards today. We're going to select about 6. Actually, Susan, do you have a favorite here? We can start off because I know Josiane's got some real good favorites here. I know you should love them. Any chest openers? You want anything that'll open up your chest?
So that, I think that opens your chest.
Okay.
You
correct?
can pick them all.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
I can pick them all. That opens, I'm sure that must open the chest,
Hasta
right?
Uttana, yeah,
Yeah,
arms
yeah.
raised. Well, let's start with that, and you got
Okay.
another one. So let's do some chest openers right here. Keep your heels together, toes slightly apart. I'm going to stagger myself, go back just a little bit. Palms by your side. Inhale, bring your palms up to shoulder height, palms facing down. Keep inhaling, take your palms all the way overhead, palms facing in. Clasp your palms together. Now, once your palms are overhead, you can look up and tilt your pelvis just a little bit forward. Now, here's where we are going to take a nice deep inhale. Keep inhaling. And then as you dip your pelvis, you just tilt your pelvis just a little bit forward. You're going to dip your head back and exhale. Take a wonderful lung full of air. Inhale, come back up. Exhale and release the arms. You should already feel a little bit of a high, right? It's just the question of opening
Oxygen.
up, just the
Yes,
oxygen, the
oxygen.
fresh air. And doesn't matter where you are at home, you could be in a very polluted part of town, it's okay. You don't have to inhale all the soot, but the point is just the body will help detox you. Just make sure you breathe right, open up your pipes. Let's go for another chest opener. Let's try Tiryangasana. Before that, we'll do the Virabhadra. Let's turn to the right this time. The Brave Warrior. We're going to place our legs about 3 feet apart. If you're very tall, maybe a little more. This time, what we're going to do is put your brakes on the right foot. Bring your toe, right big toe in. Bring your right foot in. Turn your left foot out fully in an L to the right foot, to the sole of your right foot. Now, look to your left. Inhale. Bring your arms up to shoulder height. Palms facing down, and as we exhale, we are going to bend the left leg at the knee. Keep exhaling, and let's dip further. We're going to dip our torso to the left. Left arm comes in front of the left foot. Right arm goes up. Look up at your right arm. Make sure you take your right shoulder back as much as you can. Keep your nice body nice and straight. Josiane, what was that expression you said when you have your arms up? What should we do?
Someone is holding your hand.
Someone is holding your hand from above. Inhale, let's come up. Once your arms at shoulder height, unbend the left knee. Turn your left foot in. Put your brakes on in the left leg. Turn your right foot out. We're going to exhale and bend the right knee. You're going to look to the right at the tip of our right hand. Exhale and bend the right knee. Keep exhaling. Let's take our right hand all the way down in front of our right ankle. Take your left hand all the way up. Make sure your left shoulder goes back so you get a nice gush of air, rush of fresh air, fresh oxygen to fill your lungs. Inhale, let's come up. And unbend the right knee. Turn your right foot in, exhale. Release the arms. Now, let's not bring our feet all the way close. Just wiggle your feet about, let's say, 18 inches apart. We're going to go into an intense back bend called Tiryangasana. You're okay with your back? Your back is always very strong. It's only the knee. And Susan, you're fine with the back bend. Okay, again, we're going to stagger ourselves this time. We're going to do an intense back bend. Your feet are about 18 inches apart. Put your brakes on. Bring your toes in. Place your palms on your buttocks. Now, when you have your palms on your buttocks, make sure you should physically be able to feel your buttocks tightening. Keep your muscles nice and tight. Your core muscles are very important. Susan, you mentioned something about core muscles in Pilates, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it really helps strengthen the back, and when you work the core, it helps strengthen the back.
There you go. That's a very good point, because when you have strong lower abdominal muscles and upper abdominal muscles for that matter, when the muscles in the front of your body are strong, the back of the body automatically feels very tough, very strong. Now take your elbows as close to each other as possible. We're going to inhale. Take your chest out, bring your chin up, and when we go past midpoint, we're going to exhale, glide your palms down the back of your thighs, go down as far down as you can, and keep exhaling. Bend your knees if you have to. Inhale, come up. Exhale and release the arms. Ooh, that should give us a high.
Yeah.
If folks at home, occasionally, we all have moments of depression every now and then. Occasionally, if you feel your brain is not connecting with your body, it's not able to tell your body it's time to feel happy and cheerful, you have two choices. Either you come join us or try some of these stretches. So when you're feeling depressed, try chest openers. Try anything that'll open up your upper body. When you're feeling constipated, you want anything that'll make you fold forward. So let's choose a few more. Let's see. Yeah, it's pure
Very
common
interesting.
sense.
Very interesting.
Yoga is a lot of the yoga postures that we practice on this program anyway is based on common sense. Mm-hmm. It targets different regions of the body. So if you're feeling constipated, you want to do postures that'll massage your lower abdomen. Mm-hmm. You want to make sure that your large intestine gets nice and soft, and it helps you relieve yourself much easier. If you have sciatic issues, for instance, you've been sitting on the computer for a long time, you want to stretch out. It's just common sense. We just go with the flow. That way, we're telling our body, our mind is in control of our decisions, and our body is not getting into postures that we're not ready for. Mm-hmm. Our brain tells us, okay, it's time to stretch. You've been sitting too long at the computer. Stretch. Okay, let's go into... Now, what else? We have others. Lumbago, we just did a few back bends. Let's try a few postures for migraines. Let's do...
I'm a migraine sufferer, so
well, there you go. This might come in handy.
This is good.
We actually have 6. Let's come into seated position. I'm sorry to do this to you, Danny and Claudia. So we did all the standing postures which involve back bends, anything that we could find that would open up our chest to help combat depression. This time we're going to talk a little bit about migraines and what migraines are. Actually, first, why don't you tell me, Susan, how does it feel when you have a migraine?
You feel a migraine coming on, like you just know a migraine is in your future, in your near future. And you get like this aura that it's hard to explain what it is.
Tightness, huh?
And once it hits, it's as if someone has an ice pick like through your pupil. I mean, it's just so intense.
Wow.
And sound bothers you and light bothers you. Now, some people get very nauseous and vomit. I get nauseous, but I don't vomit. But there are some people that it affects them so that they vomit. And they can last for days. I've had migraines that last for days.
Do you find that sometimes migraines seem to travel? They move inside?
No, migraines don't move. They stay right where they are.
So what is it that actually makes... We have 5 minutes. Thank you, Claudia. What is it that sometimes when you start off with a headache, yes, you're right about, one side feeling like you've got a needle going right through your eye. What about the kind of headache that moves to the back, to the lower part of your skull? Probably that's just a headache.
It's probably just a headache, just a tension headache. The migraines,
right, tension
headache. The migraines really just focus in one spot.
Near the optic.
Yeah.
So basically our description of a migraine is very close, exactly what you said. Migraine is a tension headache, usually accompanied by vascular throbbing. So you kind of feel a kind of throbbing as if someone's got a drum beating inside of your head.
Right.
And typically it's felt around the eyes, the temple, the sinus area, the jaw, and the neck. and I think I sometimes feel, I haven't had too many migraines, but sometimes I feel some kind of a stinging in the back of my neck. I don't know where it starts, but I don't like how it feels. So I try a few very simple stretches that we have in yoga. But just so people can recognize some of the jaw, neck, and also it's preceded. So you will probably feel, like you explained, you might see a few dots, flashes, or waves, so you know something's coming on.
You know it's coming, yes.
And some of the causes that trigger migraines could include wine, cheese,
Chocolate.
right, I was coming to that. And stress, lack of exercise, or actually too much exercise, not lack of. Too much
Really?
exercise sometimes can cause a
okay.
migraine.
All right.
And of course, too much travel, lack of sleep. We have 2 minutes, okay.
Quick, I have
Sorry,
to learn this
Claudia.
one.
Yeah. Okay. Migraines, typically what you want to do is make sure the blood has some point of contact. So we're going to do a few forward folds. Place your thumb, tuck your thumb inside your fists and wrap your fingers over your thumb. Place your fists in front. This is also good to, help massage your lower abdomen. Let's exhale and fold from the hip. Keep a straight back. Touch your forehead on the floor. For this particular sequence, it's okay to lift your butt off the floor if that means you can touch your forehead down. Inhale, let's come up. Let's take our hands off, and this time I'm going to inhale. Bring your arms up to shoulder height, all the way overhead. Clasp your palms together. We're going to exhale again and fold forward. Now, again, anything that helps touch your forehead on the floor will help you ease your migraines. Let's inhale, come up. We're going to go glide straight into the next two postures. One is Janu Sirsha, head to knee. Extend your right leg out in front of you. Left leg is bent at the knee. We have the credits rolling already, Claudia. We're doing fine. We'll get in 2 more postures. Torque your body to face the extended leg. Inhale, your arms up, all the way overhead. Exhale, fold from the hip. Now, again, you want to make sure that you can at least attempt to touch your knee with your forehead. You want to make contact, so bend your knee if you have to. Inhale, let's come up. Exhale and release. Let's extend the other leg, fold the right leg in, and torque your body to face the extended leg. Inhale, bring your arms up to shoulder height, take it all the way overhead. Exhale, fold from the hip. Keep your back straight. Now, bend your knee if you have to make that connection. Inhale, come up. Keep your extended leg where it is. Extend the other leg. This is called Paschimottan or bird beak. Exhale again and fold all the way forward.